Okay, you guys ready? So this could last 10 minutes or it could last a full hour, whatever you guys want to go, okay? The important thing is everybody gets 100% on the final. Now, here's one thing I will warn you on. The final's a bear. I mean that. Okay, so the first half of the test is going to be all theory. And that's questions like movement around the longitudinal axis is called roll. Then the second half of the final is all word problems, like word problems. You know, so I'll describe that I'm in a 50-degree bank and I'm doing a 180-degree turn to final. How big is that turn going to be? Okay, those kind of word problems. Yes, sir.
I may have getting there, but on the study guide it said there are going to be 2 full pages of. It says there are 2 full pages of word problems.
I think there's more than 2. Yeah, and so that's all of the math stuff. So as long as you're good with all of the equations, you're good.
We still get our sheet on the final.
Yep. Yeah, you still have your equation sheet. Just make sure that there's no notes on it. Okay? This would be a real bugger of a test to have to fill out or try and take without an equation sheet. Because man, you're going to use all of them that are on that equation sheet. Okay? So don't even put your name on it. Nothing. Okay. So what's moving around the lateral axis called? Pitch. What's moving around the vertical axis? What's moving around the vertical, or what gives me movement around the vertical axis? What gives me stability around the vertical axis? What gives me movement around the longitudinal axis? What gives me stability around the longitudinal axis? You guys are good. What gives us movement around the lateral axis? Elevator. Give me 6 things that gives longitudinal stability. First and foremost, what is? CG, and then what else? Wing placement. Wing placement. Airspeed. Horizontal tail. Canard. Trim. And tail volume. What's dynamic stability? Somebody raise your hand. What's dynamic stability?
Initial tendency of an object to return to its original place over time.
Except for the initial part.
Oh, yeah.
It's a tendency of an object to return to its previous undisturbed state over time. What's static stability?
Bam!
Bam! Is that right? Yeah. It's the initial tendency of an object to return to its previous undisturbed state. What's a mucoid? Who can answer that?
Isn't it like some disease or something?
It is a disease. No. So you're saying it's an exchange, a long period exchange of an aircraft's kinetic and potential energy, repeated for some given amount of time. Is that what you're saying? Yes, that's true. Up to 2 minutes. Up to 2 minutes, yep. So you just built an airplane, congratulations. How could you add directional stability? If once you fly, you see slacking. Add a dorsal fin, yeah. What happens when I bank without a turn? Side slip. What are the 2 reasons that an aircraft rolls because of yaw?
Side force on the vertical tail.
Side force on the vertical tail.
There's an engine chasing into
What?
the wind. The engine falling.
No. Close.
Differential speed effect.
Differential speed. Yep, differential speed. What do we call a yaw that's due to roll? Adverse yaw. Dutch roll. What's Dutch roll?
Particle lateral oscillations.
What he said. Okay, if I trim the elevator, am I trimmed to an airspeed, altitude, or attitude? Airspeed. What's the 2 types of stability that increase when I sweep the wings? Directional and lateral. What are the 4 tendencies of a turning tendencies of a prop driven airplane? Heat factor, torque, gyroscopic, slipstream. Did you say heat factor?
Oh, I got it.
Yeah. Go ahead.
We were talking last night. What was the one instance you said you used left rudder? Was that as a multi-engine where you lost the engine?
No, normal cruise. When I'm in normal cruise, I've got all these things pulling my nose to the right, so you gotta put in a little bit of left rudder. Because remember, so those are all built for left turning tendencies to overcome them. I don't get any left turning tendencies when I'm in normal cruise. What are the 3 corrections for left turning tendencies?
Offset tail, offset engine, or the angle instance differential.
Exactly right. So I got offset pin, offset engine, angle of incidence differential. What are the 2 elements of P factor? No?
Descending blade?
No.
The angle of attack differential too.
Angle of attack differential and
Relative wind.
relative wind. Somebody said it. Relative wind, yes. So during a steep turn, name the 2 turning tendencies that pull the nose to the left during a steep turn. P factor? Torque, is that what you said? Yes. Why is it not gyroscopic precession?
Because that's a right turn.
That's a right turning tendency, that's right. When I pitch up, that's a right turning tendency. How come you should make your first clearing turn to the left? Right away. Right away rules. During a chandelle, what should the power be set to? Full. What causes a side slip? What's the most common cause of an unintentional spin? Stall. So every time I stall, I'm gonna spin?
Oh, with a side slip.
Stall during a side slip. So if I'm at a 40-degree bank angle, will my load factor go up or down if I double my indicated airspeed? It won't. It won't. Good. What's the definition of a stall?
When an increase in angle of attack results in a decrease in grit.
That's exactly it. So when I increase my angle of attack and I decrease the amount of lift my wing is producing. What makes up total pressure?
Dynamics.
Static and dynamic. Exactly right.
Is total pressure constant?
What?
Is total pressure constant?
Total pressure is constant in a closed system, like the planet Earth is a closed system. Yeah. Let's see. High lift devices tend to do 1, 2, or 3 things. Which are the 3 things?
Change the camber.
Increase camber.
Change the platform.
So increase surface area.
Increase chord.
Increase what?
Chord.
Energy in the boundary layer? Yes, that's exactly right. Yep. Increase the energy in the boundary layer.
You see the 50% again? Increase surface area, boundary layer.
Increase camber, increase surface area, increase energy. How do I measure the angle of attack? Between the what and the what?
Relative wind and the chord.
Well, relative wind and the chord. How come we don't see human-powered airplanes out there zipping around? How much energy is required? Make sure that you can label all the parts on an airfoil. So we talked about forward stagnation point, aft stagnation point, chord, average camber or mean camber, average pressure gradient, center of lift, all that stuff.
Will there be any questions like the airplane descending and then you have like the angle between the horizon, or you have to do like all the half acting or forward acting components of.
Probably not. How is V glide determined?
That's
Just
like-
like.
That's flights, yeah. What's force divergence? What's force divergence? That's in your notes somewhere. And it was on a video. Good.
There's some-
Get paid by the hour. It's your own day.
That area. 2 forces. 4, 5.
No, that would be 10.
It's when drag increases by the square in Mach 1, but then it starts increasing by the full by the cube after Mach 1.
It's not actually by the cube. So you're saying it's the sharp increase in drag as we hit transonic speeds? Is that what you're saying? Yes, that's exactly right. It's the a sharp increase in drag as we reach transonic speed. So remember that the drag increases by the square, just like he was saying, until we hit transonic. As soon as I hit M crit, I get this super sharp jump in the amount of drag. It's a 3 times multiplier in drag and cost. What are the 2 types of flow? Well, that's a good guess though. I mean, that's what we talk about around the wings, so I can see where that would be confused.
Convergent, divergent.
Convergent and divergent, that's right. What are the 3 types of force? Sorry, what were you saying?
Turbulent, you said it's third time.
Turbulent, yeah, okay. So what are the 3 types of force?
Tension, compression,
Compression, tension,
shear.
shear, yeah. Explain Newton's 3rd law in relation to airplanes. Specifically, helicopters.
Airflow goes down, aircraft goes up.
Yeah, say it loud.
Airflow goes down off the wing and the airplane goes up.
Exactly. What's the main reason that there's a difference between the rated horsepower of the engine and the force that moves an airplane forward?
Slippage.
Slippage, yeah, or prop efficiency. Slippage would work as well. What generally happens to engine performance as altitude increases? Decreases. What generally happens to performance as weight decreases? Increases. Yeah, I get better performance as I get lighter. What are the 3 types of hydroplane?
Viscous.
Dynamic, viscous,
Reverted rudder.
reverted rubber. Oh boy, list all the forces, that tail down force must equal in level flight.
Lift weight coupling.
Lift weight coupling,
Fuselage destabilizing.
fuselage destabilizing,
Thrust.
thrust,
Drag.
drag, wing pitching moment. Good, that's all I have here. What affects my L over D max? Nothing. Exactly right. How come airspeed's up?
Because it's an angle of attack.
It's an angle of attack, exactly right, that's exactly right.
While we're on L over D on the study guide, it says know exactly what L over D is and what its limitations are.
Yeah,
It doesn't reference max, which is a lift over.
well, that's what I meant. I meant L over D max, I should have put L over D max.
Oh.
Yeah, so L over D max is just, it's an angle of attack, and that's its limitation. So the limitation would be, can you hit L over D max? You know, once you get up in the transport category, it's easy to hit L over D max, because it's right there on your speed tape. It'll show up right along with your stall speed and DNE, flaps, everything, it'll show up right there. But now in the planes that you're flying now, it doesn't. You know, and so do you pitch for 76 and hope for the best, or do you actually hit your best L over D? So as speed goes up, what kind of drag goes up? Big picture. There's a, what kind of drag goes down? Reduced. What happens to density when I have high temperature? Decreases. What happens to density when I have low pressure? Decreases. What happens to density when I have high humidity? Decreases. I'm sensing a pattern. What's Newton's first law?
Body act, motion, motion, body rest, damage.
Say it loud.
Force.
Not outside force, unbalanced. Say it loud.
Body at rest, stay at rest, and body motion, stay in motion, that's acted by unbalanced force.
Perfect. Body at rest, it's a state of rest. Body in motion, it's a state of motion, unless acted on by unbalanced force. What's his second law?
Force equals mass times
F equals MA. What's his third law?
For every action is equal and opposite reaction.
Equal and opposite. Good. What are the 3 forces on landing?
Inertia.
Friction.
Friction,
Drag.
drag,
Thrust.
thrust. Okay. Here comes another one. List 12 ways to reduce landing distance after touchdown.
Steep approach.
Steep approach?
Reversible.
No, after touchdown.
Oh, reversible propeller.
reverse pitch props,
Thrust reversers,
aerodynamic braking, reverse thrust reversers, I heard,
anti-skid brakes,
anti-skid brakes,
That's breaking.
flaps up, parachute,
Landing into the wind.
hit a tree,
Put your
land
arms
into
out
the
the window.
wind,
Land up.
Arms out the window.
lands uphill, what?
Arm out the window.
Arms, legs, heads out the window,
push you on the road.
anti-skid brakes already said,
I mean,
Speed brakes.
speed brakes, spoilers, spoilers, nose gun, yeah. So you all have the idea, bring a deer up. Get a deer, as long as it's a big deer. Moose skull, yeah, that's great. Okay, name two forces acting parallel to the flight path during normal cruise.
Thrust and drag.
Thrust, drag, what's the other one?
Inertia.
Inertia. Name five forces tail down force must equal during normal cruise. I think we already did this, but try it again. Lift weight coupling,
Fuselage destabilizing.
fuselage destabilizing, dropping, pitching,
Thrust, drag.
thrust, drag. Good. Yeah, we just went over this just like moments ago. What's the sum of all forces?
0.
That's true, that's hard to argue with that. But in the equation, what's the equation? What's the sum of all forces equation?
Potential kinetic.
No. Thrust minus drag minus the product of mu times what? Weight minus lift, that's true. What does Newton's second law say about the direction of the acceleration? It's the same as the force, that's right. On landing, what happens to friction as velocity decreases? It increases. What happens to aerodynamic drag as velocity decreases? It decreases. On landing, what can I do to reduce the horizontal component of inertia? Steeper approach angle, yeah. Okay, we're digging right through these. So there's only 12 laps. Where are we? So what's interference drag? What causes it?
Intersection between boundary layers.
The intersection of two boundary layers, exactly right. Which part of the aircraft is most affected by interference drag?
Fuselage and the wing.
Which part of the wing?
Upper surface.
The upper surface of the wing. Because that's where airflow gets accelerated. And so as it gets accelerated, that's where it rolls. Good question. What's the perfect lightness ratio? 4 to 1. 4 to 1. How come all airplanes aren't at 4 to 1? Where's the fun in that? That's right. How about this? How come all airplanes don't fly at L over D max? If we know that that gets me the best gas mileage.
Because that would take forever.
Yeah. So let's say I tell you that your car, the best speed where you're going to get the highest gas mileage ever on your car is 37 miles an hour. So you're going to take off and drive home to Denver at 37 miles an hour?
No.
No. So there's a lot of other things that come into play besides simply best gas mileage. So that's why all airplanes are not 4 to 1. What's another word for pressure in a volume?
Energy.
Energy. Very good. So what happens to if I have a bowling ball and it's moving through the air, and now I'm given a rough surface like a basketball? What kind of drag goes up?
Viscous.
The viscous drag. What kind of drag goes down? Or pressure drag. Yep. Okay, so what kind of an angle is that?
Right.
Right, what's down here? What's over here? What's down here?
Reflex.
Wow, you guys are good listeners. Okay. if I close the cowl flaps on a Seminole, what two kinds of drag go down? Cooling drag goes down? Form drag goes down. Man, you are chewing through this stuff. Okay, in one sentence, 6 words, define induced drag. Aft acting component of lift. What's the sphere of influence?
Air around the wings, I think.
Yeah, air around the wing that's affected by the passing of an airplane. So what happens to induced drag as aspect ratio goes up? What? It goes down. So induced drag goes down as aspect ratio goes up. What happens to induced drag as weight goes up? It goes up by the square. That's right. What happens to induced drag as speed goes up? It goes down. It goes down by the square. What happens to induced drag as altitude goes up?
Drag goes up.
How come? Why does it go up?
Because you have to have a greater angle of attack.
I have to push it down farther. I have to increase the angle that I'm pushing the airflow down on the aft side of the wings. What's viscosity?
Resistance to shear.
Resistance to shear. What happens to the boundary layer during the average pressure gradient?
Reverses.
Not necessarily. It weakens. It weakens. Okay. What are the two types of drag that increase as the boundary layer separates after the center of lift?
Form drag.
Form drag goes up,
Induced.
and pressure, which we said was about the same. What causes parasite drag?
Something being in that direction.
No.
Anytime we cause something to change.
Yes, because we're forcing the airflow to change direction. What's profile drag?
Form drag and skin friction drag.
Exactly. Skin friction drag plus form drag.
Is it constant?
No. No type of drag is constant. What happens, or what could I do to make the total drag curve move to the right?
Should I make a chart?
I what?
You need a chart.
Just get a different chart? Is that what you think?
No, he said he needs to look at it.
Oh, increase altitude. Okay, so here's my chart. Here's the total drag curve. There it is. All right, so this would be velocity, this would be drag. So if I want this to move to the right, that means I'm gonna get the same drag but at a faster airspeed. The only thing that I have that can do that would be to increase my altitude. What would make the total drag curve move up? More weight? What else? Configuration. Yeah, like I could drop my gear, drop my flaps, put up my spoilers, cowl flaps. Yeah, anything like that. What causes ground effect?
Oh, we're in the air, it bounces back up and then it lowers your angle of attack.
Something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Lower induced drag.
We have a lower induced drag, how come?
Because it's like disrupted by the ground.
It's like bouncing.
Yeah.
It makes the wing act like an
You mean the creation of upwash? Is that what you just said? Yeah, so now we have upwash. Anytime we get close to the ground, now I have upwash. And then I have reduced downwash. And these two act together to tip my average relative going forward, which reduces my induced drag. What's another name for pressure? Energy, yes. What type of drag decreases when I put vortex generators on my airplane? Form drag. More math problems. Even more math problems. So, why do they put laces on a baseball?
Decrease form drag.
Decreases form drag. What kind of drag goes up?
Skin friction.
Viscous, yeah, or skin friction. Yeah. So name the three elements that change total drag the most.
Here's.
Name the three elements that change total drag the most. Configuration.
Wait.
What?
Altitude.
Altitude.
Weight.
And weight. As we increase altitude, oh, we just did that one. If my flight load goes from 1G to 5Gs, how much does the induced drag increase?
10 times.
25 times, yeah, it's squared. What kind of drag goes down if I increase aspect ratio? Induced. We've already covered all of that. Okay, you guys have any questions about the final? Yes, sir?
Is your final kind of the same format as all your other tests?
Yeah, it is. You know, and I've taught a lot of crap in the past on the selfie things about the final exam review. You know, it's not like the other reviews that are online that are pretty much the test work. So if I were you, I would use your other study guide. Use all of them, like tying it together. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you guys smelling what I'm cooking?
It's pretty much just I lay down.
This one just like one of those.
Yeah, most of the questions on the study guide for the final says no, this and that and that. But if you go back through all of your study guides and you're rock solid on all of those, and then make sure that you're rock solid on all the equations, you shouldn't have too much trouble. Yes?
So like you said, it's just gonna be like same questions, just different wording to all the questions.
Yeah, you're not gonna recognize any of the questions that are on the final, but it's all gonna be about the stuff we just talked about. Yeah, and then the word problems. Me and Ben Trapnell, we met over at the Blue Moose to write the final years ago, and we started drinking. You might notice that. Yes, sir.
So you said that the first half is all theory. Did you
Yeah.
mean that it's all short answer, or is it going to be multiple choice again?
It's kind of the same thing, where it's short answer, multiple choice, true,
Oh, so
false,
it's
a little bit of everything.
thrown in.
The
Okay.
only thing you won't ever see is essay.
Right.
You know, so when I say short answer, it's like 6 words or less.
Okay.
And then remember with the equation and with the math problems, circle your final answer, okay? Otherwise, sometimes I can't find your final answer.
We don't have to show our work, do we?
I don't care if you show your work or not, yep. If you have one of these incompletes,